Exactly what we told him to do before the game. It was good. He was really good tonight, but I thought a lot of guys were really good. I think that Kelly was super solid all the way through. I thought PG hit some huge ones down the stretch. Yabu hit some big ones in the fourth. Thought Tyrese adjusted to the game again. He just doesn't feel great shooting the ball, but he 11 assists, and thought he did a great job of getting us in some defenses and some offenses late in the game that ended up being really good decisions. So, and then again, I think Jeff Doughton comes in and has a great 14 minutes. So I think everybody that stepped on the floor contributed tonight for sure. But Q was he was on one tonight. It was pretty cool to see.
What do you feel like he's continued to just get more comfortable that sort of allowed him to have a game like
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's one of those things. Again, he comes out kind of aggressive and vaults into a couple early, and then he just I thought he made enough reads where he pulled up and drove, mixing it up. I think he just had them back on their heels a little bit, not sure which one he was going to do. I thought he did a good job in transition as well. He finished a few kind of throw ahead early attacks, and again, obviously he was feeling great because he was super confident. There's a lot of those that he kind of got up the floor and just took off. I wasn't really expecting him to do that, but obviously he was feeling good.
With Tyrese, you started him on Steph tonight. He had Jalen the other night in New York. Just what have you made of him kind of wanting the challenge of taking on the best perimeter guard?
Yeah, again, I think I talked about it before the game a little bit, but the biggest thing with Steph, I mean, obviously the shooting's incredible, but the rest of it's the running and the speed at which he moves the whole game, and I just wanted to put our fastest guy on him, which was Tyrese, he did a pretty good job. I think, again, Steph's just so good. He's gonna juke you into enough shots to score a bunch of points. But I was just really happy late in the game that we didn't let him, really squeeze any off late when the game was on the line. So I think he got one, but it was a pretty bad one.
Nick, given the stretch of luck you guys have had in the game, clearly, how does it feel to be able to walk into that locker room and be like we did this?
Yeah, we won a critical challenge, right? And we haven't won a critical one very often this year, I don't think. And then we got a bucket out of it too, man. That was a huge play of the game, and very difficult, you guys. I mean, it was reported it was a jump ball. So I was scrambling to kind of draw positions for a jump ball. Then it was reported it was their ball. So we were talking about defense. Then it was reported it was our ball. Then it was reported it was 8 seconds to go. So it was like, good thing Paul made that shot. Because, I was really trying to get the ball in bounds. I thought it was going to be like an extended shot clock, and I really just drew up a play to get the ball in to Paul, and he just obviously had to go once he got it there. Anyway,
Nick, on Tyrese, and you talked about trying to help him out in practice, with the finger injury that's kind of ongoing. Is there any thought to maybe a night or two off might be beneficial to him, or is it just kind of he's going to?
Yeah, I don't. There hasn't been yet on that. I think again, I want to check to see if it's getting better or worse or not. Again, I think that he obviously, I thought, turned down a bunch of wide open threes, which, that's a big part of what he does. And I think that's probably directly related to it and directly related to last game. Let's see if it can't get a little bit better here over the next couple of days, and we'll see what's going on.
You mentioned Jeff earlier. I guess what went into the decision to go with him? He hasn't really been in the mix much for a while, other than that Brooklyn game. I guess what went into that decision, and what did you see from him? Seemed like he gave you a nice jolt there.
Probably a combination of just Tyrese was struggling, and he was on some long stretches and just was struggling, I thought, a little bit, and just thought we needed another point guard, and it's kind of always we're trying to decide who to go with in those situations, and it was just Jeff's the feel was Jeff tonight, because we thought that when we played him last time, Jeff had some pretty good moments guarding Steph, so we thought maybe if we put him in to set the offense up and then give him a few minutes on Steph that would give somebody else a break on Steph. So that was pretty much the decision there.
Can you talk a little bit about Yabu, the difference he made tonight, even with the new eyewear he had?
Yeah, so obviously he was really good, and you guys see they kind of went to a totally different defensive package in about the last 6 or 7 minutes of the game. Which is whenever Yabu screened, they were started to blitz Tyrese. So we got him, we kind of said in the timeout, no more ball screens, Yabu. You're gonna go get to the corner and get ready because we're gonna put Steph in the ball screens and attack downhill, and Draymond's gonna be in there protecting the rim. So you got to you're gonna be the one that the kickout's coming to. And we asked him if he was ready to make a couple, and he said he was. So that was big, to have that extra spacer out there.
Bigger picture. I mean, we talked before the game, obviously, about sort of the broader path forward now with the clarity that Joel played. Just are there things from tonight that you're like, okay, these are examples of things that we can continue to move forward with as far as
yeah. I mean, I think that again. I talked about this too from the New York game, especially the second half. We really executed well, like in a lot of different guys and a lot of different kind of sets. We would run one thing and run the counter to it and get the next basket and run the counter to that, and that hasn't been that prevalent this year, right? So there's obviously no moral victories, but from a coaching standpoint, you could see the execution went up a big level. And I would say, again tonight, I thought, for the most part, I mean, you can probably take 10 or 12 possessions out of there, but for the most part, we were getting, good looks, and I think that's encouraging. Yeah, that's encouraging.
Yeah.
Okay, see you later.